Hello, my name is Connor Sullivan, and today I'll be talking about classroom climate, or building a classroom community, as some call it. Being a first year teacher can be very difficult and hard to grasp at first. The four aspects I'll be talking to you guys about in this PowerPoint are physical, social, emotional, and intellectual. As we know, being a first year teacher can be very scary. Can we do it? Can we not do it? Are we dreading it? This PowerPoint should help you guys focus on the physical, social, emotional, intellectual parts and help make that transition a lot easier for you as a first year teacher. So first, let's talk about physical. Physical. Number one, the classroom makes the students feel comfortable. As the students walk in, they should feel comfortable and not scared of the classroom. What I mean by this is make it comfortable so the students feel at home and not as they're in a prison. Make it feel like they're happy and want to be there. Number two, make the classroom easy for transitions. During lessons, it's key to have smooth, solid transitions. By doing this, your lesson will go faster and you have more time to teach instead of focusing on disturbance. Number three, spots for students' personal learning. What I mean by this is that students can go to their own spot and learn as they will. Some students learn differently. Some might work better alone and in a quiet place. So by doing this, students will overall achieve better success. Number four, space for storage. Make sure you have space for storage. Throughout the year, you're going to have different lessons and different activities. It's easy just to go to that storage and pull out the materials needed for that lesson to make it go smoother. The next aspect we have is social. Number one, rules made by the teacher in class. Setting up rules and expectations is very, very vital as a first year teacher. You must make these rules distinguished in class so the students understand what you want and what they expect out of you. So by setting up these rules, you can have better overall success in the classroom. Number two, a reward system. We should not always punish our students for what they did wrong, but instead reward them for what they did right. By doing this, it instills confidence in them and makes them want to be there. Number three, building relationships. I think building relationships is very, very vital in student success of learning. By building a relationship, you know what they like and what they don't like, and also if they have trouble with their home life. By building relationships, you can know what to teach and how to teach it better. The next aspect is emotional. So for number one, I have music. Music, you can get different genres in what students are interested in. By playing music, it can relax their mind and ease their mind so they don't get too frustrated on what's at hand. Number two, objects that can use around the room to relieve any stress they might have. For example, you can use a stress ball. Make sure that student can just go over there, grab that stress ball, and release some stress as they must. Number three, area of space where students can go recharge and refocus. This area is kind of like the personal space for learning, but instead these students can go over there, refocus their minds, recharge, and come back ready to learn and keep going. Number four, some competitive games incorporated in the lesson, such as Kahoot. Now, depending on your grade level, I think it is important to have competitive games incorporated. By doing this, students are interested, they're active, they're engaged, they want to be there. So having some competitive games and like Kahoot and setting up quizzes for them so they can challenge each other. The next aspect is intellectual. Number one, accommodate different learning styles. As we know, every student learns different, so we must build that relationship that I talked about earlier and accommodate for all these students' learning styles. Students may be kinesthetic, audio, visual, we don't know. So that's why we must develop that relationship so we can accommodate for their different learning style. Number two, hands-on learning. I think being hands-on, it goes two ways. They see it, they play with it, and then it goes to their mind instead of just looking at it. So I think hands-on learning and doing activities will really benefit the student overall. And number three, failure is okay. We must know that the student can make success, but in the long run, they'll get it right and fix that failure they made. So by doing these three, the intellectual aspects should come into play within time. And in conclusion, physical, social, emotional, and intellectual. First, like I said, for physical, comfortable. Make sure the students are comfortable and they want to be there and they're not scared or intimidated by your classroom. Pick pictures, put posters on your wall so students really want to be there. Social, have fun, but make sure learning is taking place, but overall, have fun within your learning. We don't want students to feel like they have to be there, they don't want to be there. We want to have fun and have fun with every activity that we do. Emotional, a positive outlook. We know as a first year teacher, things won't always go as planned, so we must have a positive outlook and be ready for when those interactions or disruptions come, but we always must look at the positive and not the bad in the outlook. And intellectual success. We must always set our students up for success so they can have a higher education rate and achieve their academic potential. This is a very vital, and I think by having all these aspects in play, you can set up a great classroom community. Thanks for joining me.